Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Sam from NFTs Unlocked, and on this week's episode, we're going to teach you how to navigate the wild, wild west of NFTs. So a question we get asked a lot is, how do I start making money with NFTs? It's usually the first question you get from somebody who's not too familiar with this industry, right? They hear news stories or stories online of people quitting their jobs, buying houses, buying fancy cars, all from just trading NFTs, and they want their slice of the pie. And while we don't doubt that these stories are true, it's often the loudest voice that gets the most attention, right? So most people in this space aren't making life-changing money overnight, but that's not to say you can get some extra money in your pocket through NFT investing. The truth is that this space is extremely difficult and requires a very high risk tolerance. But the good news is you're still early. As we've said before on this YouTube channel, it's the wild, wild west out here. Very similar to the .com race in the early 90s. So, if you have a high risk tolerance and you're looking to get in the ground floor in some investments, this is the space for you. It's inevitable that many of these NFT projects are going to be worth nothing when it all comes down to it. But if you're looking to possibly get into an industry at the ground floor, well before mainstream adoption, you've come to the right place. So today's video is going to be all about how NFT investors can survive in the wild, wild west. So let's saddle up, cowboys, and get started. Howdy there, partner. Now, before we get started on this journey to the NFT Wild Wild West, we're going to give you a little bit of an update about what's going on in the state of the marketplace, what everybody's talking about in terms of prices going up, prices going down, and some of the top ranking projects on OpenSea right now. Then we'll get started on our journey into the NFT Wild Wild West. All right, everybody, so we promised to give you a bit of an NFT market update here before we get started with our main video topic for this week. So if we look at the top NFT rankings on OpenSea, we can see Invisible Friends here. This is something that we've talked about before on one of our Pass or Gas videos. They're looking at a 7.85 floor. And if we go through some of the top projects, most of them are pretty similar. We see Azuki, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Sandbox, NFT Worlds, Doodles, all these VFriends, all these very typical blue chip projects are, taking up the top 10 rankings, top 100 rankings. But if you're into this space, if you're active on Twitter, if you're active on Discord, you'll know that we're entering a bit of a bear market when it comes to NFTs. A lot of the really sky-high prices we saw in January are starting to come back down to earth, right? We see a lot of very, very high-priced projects starting to dip in price. We see Bored Ape Yacht Club at 75 floor, Azuki's down to 10, Mutant Apes down to 15, Sandbox has dropped a lot, NFT Worlds was at a record high of around 15 ETH even last week, 2 weeks ago. They've basically cut in half to 8.8. If we're looking around to some other ones, overall, just in general, we're starting to see a bit of a pullback in the market, right? So I'm predicting that March and April are going to be pretty bad for NFTs, but towards the end of April, we're going to see some of those prices to shoot back up, right? This is the same as the stock market, the same as any type of cyclical market. There's going to be peaks and valleys when it comes to investing in these types of projects. But the good thing for a bear market, especially for early investors, is that this is a great time to pick up some projects you might have been monitoring, right? So any projects you've had your eye on where their price is dipping, I recommend you buy in the month of March, because once we get to April, end of April, I think you'll start to see some returns on those investments, right? So that's kind of our market update right now. We're in a bear market, and this is a great time to watch for projects, monitor that floor price, and pick up some projects you might be interested in, right? Because again, like I said, towards the end of April, I think some of these prices are going to rebound. Okay, so now we promised you that we would show you investors how to navigate this wild, wild west of NFTs. And what does every good cowboy need? They need a good map. Now, what's going to be our map when we're navigating our Wild West journey? That's going to be what our investing strategy is, right? We need to have a roadmap, our own roadmap of what we're going to be doing while we're investing. So you need to ask yourself a couple of questions about why you're investing in NFTs and what you're looking for in the NFTs that you're picking, right? Is art really important to you? Are the founders really important to you? Are you looking for some sort of exclusive community access with your NFT? Are you looking for in real life utility or benefits that you get from holding some of these things, right? Are you looking for copyright rights to your NFT? All kinds of different things. Do you want a celebrity attached to the NFT you're investing in, right? You really need to ask yourself these questions about what makes a good project in your eyes, right? You know, we like to give you tips about how to find good NFT projects, but you need to determine it for yourself, right? You need to come up with that NFT strategy, that NFT investing strategy that satisfies your conditions for a good investment. And that's going to be your map on our journey through the Wild Wild West. So as we said, you need to map out this strategy for NFT investing. So continue to ask some other questions more related to your financial status, right? How much are you willing to invest? Due to the volatility of NFTs, you have to be okay with the money you're putting in going to zero, right? We told you it's very hard to find a great project with great returns, right? So be okay with possibly losing the money that you're investing. Ask yourself, what's your price point for entering into a project? Don't dump all of your cryptocurrency into one project hoping that it doubles or triples in price, right? You want to spread your money out to different projects, hoping that one of them can give you some nice returns, but you want to get your fingers in as many pots as possible. So just as every cowboy needs a map telling them where they're going on their journey, every NFT investor needs a strategy to help determine what projects they'll be picking. Now, how does a cowboy actually go about his journey through the Western Plains? How does he travel around? He needs his trusty steed. So who's our trusty steed, or what is our trusty steed in our NFT journey? That's going to be your wallet and your security. So we've detailed how to set up a crypto wallet in some of these other videos that we've posted, but I cannot emphasize how just important it is that you keep your wallet safe while you're buying and selling NFTs. If you have any very, very, very valuable NFTs that have, a ton of ether attached to their floor price, many collectors recommend getting a cold wallet. A cold wallet is an offline storage device for your crypto assets and your NFT assets, right? It's akin to a little hard drive that you can plug into your computer, and it will store all of your digital assets on there instead of in a hot wallet, which is what MetaMask is, right? And that's internet-based. You can see all your NFTs through the Chrome extension, but these hot wallets are much more susceptible to hackers and scammers. It's essential that you have a hot wallet to integrate with marketplaces like OpenSea or LooksRare, right? But if you have really, really valuable assets, it's best to store them on a different wallet so that they can't be hacked, they can't be scammed, and you can't lose out on potentially tens or hundreds of ETH. But if you're looking to hold on long term, it's best to get those assets out of that hot wallet into a cold wallet so that there's no potential for hackers. We talked about on a previous video OpenSea's phishing attack, right? Even last week, Doodles, a very popular NFT project, their Discord was hacked with scammers trying to steal Doodles, trying to steal cryptocurrency out of holders' wallets, right? So it's really, 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 really important that you take safety and security as a top priority when navigating your NFT journey. So just as a cowboy needs another trusty horse, we need a trusty wallet to keep our assets safe and secure while we're navigating this wild, wild west. All right, finally, what else does a cowboy need on his journey? They need supplies, right? They need food, they need water, they need, a blanket, they got their can of beans, they got bullets, they got everything they need to get across those Western Plains. Now, what does this mean for us? Our supplies are going to be the research that we do for all of our NFT projects. Again, we've said it before on this channel, but NFT investing isn't for the faint of heart, right? There's massive, massive, massive risk associated with picking NFTs for investing opportunities. So what can we do to minimize this risk? It's called research. As we like to say, you have to do your own research for every NFT project you're choosing to invest in, right? It's a way to minimize risk and make sure that your investment is protected. Now, this can be overwhelming for new investors because it seems like there's new projects popping up every day, right? And how are you supposed to keep track of everything going on, new projects, what's good, what's bad, the news related to all this stuff? Yes, it can be very overwhelming. Here's my advice. Take some time on OpenSea, browse through the top 100 rankings, look on the recent Rockets page, right? And keep your eye out for any projects that pique your interest. Look for art that's eye-catching or eye-popping, something that you personally like, right? And then once you've identified a project like that, take your time to do your due diligence, right? Really, really, really do some good research on this project. So follow them on Twitter. Look for their founders on different platforms like Foundation, like LinkedIn. Do they have a real name associated with them? Check out their website, right, for more information on their roadmap. Join their Discord. Chat people in the Discord to see what they think about the project, right? Once you've identified something that's interesting to you, really, 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 really take the time to research this so that you're properly supplied for when you actually go to invest in this project. And if you're looking to specifically know what you should be looking for, check out this video here on when we break down the top indicators for a smart NFT investment. So that's it. There you have it, folks. That's everything you need on your journey to navigate the wild, wild west of NFTs. Thanks for watching this week. And again, I ask, please click that like, click that subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications, and we'll see you next week.